Hello! Are you there? Can you hear me? Hello! You guys quit responding to me. This is a podcast. This is pre-recorded. I was doing a joke. Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. What are we doing today, guys? What the fuck are we doing today, guys? Oh shit, hold on. I do need to upload the latest episode. Is it? Oh, it's published. All right, cool. It's published already. Today has been a crazy one. Not really. Yep. Let's go ahead and hit start on the GPS. There we go. Today, man, sorry about getting started here, all jumbled up here. I just knew I wanted to hit record. You guys get to hear a little bit of behind the scenes. And people pay extra for that. I thought I was kicked off of Spotify. I I think I'm pretty light with what we talk about on Spotify compared to some other shows. So I don't know. Maybe we're not. Maybe I am one of the dirtiest shows on Spotify. I can't see us. I can't see me being that. I mean, I'm dirty for sure. Talk about drinking piss. Talk about eating shit. I offered a guy at work just a little bit ago. He said I really have to take a shit. I said I opened my mouth. I said put it in. So, and that's a joke, people laugh at that. Don't really want that to happen, probably if he started opening up his pants and like really start like this guy actually might shit in my mouth. I'd probably do my best to not let that happen, but it's really funny. It's comedy, right? I don't know. Sometimes it's just being silly is what it is, and I like being silly. But I thought I got banned because I went yesterday. I recorded a podcast and I had it saved, ready to go, and all I had to hit was publish. Today I wake up and I'm like, oh, let me, I got to work and everything. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I want to publish that episode. And my Spotify app was like, who are you? I'm like, hey, I've had a show for a while. I've got over 500 episodes. You guys know me. They're like, who are you? And I'm like, this is who I am. And they're like, we don't recognize that email. We don't recognize that show. Here's some other shows that are kind of like that, but not that. And I'm like, well, hold on. Let me delete the app and reinstall it. It'll probably get figured out. No, it was still doing the same thing. It's like, oh, if your show isn't here, somebody else has claimed it. I'm like, oh no, no, somebody stole the Kletus Ray's Roadside Service? I don't know what good that is. Is that good? Do they realize I make $0 off of this? I don't know. Uh, but but I thought my show got pirated or taken away from me, and I had zero access to it. I was really, really worried there for a little bit. It really took a lot of my like the time as soon as I got to work when I was supposed to be getting shit ready to go. I was fucking with my phone, wondering where is the Cletus Ray's Roadside Service. It's always been right here. Never had any problems. But I don't know. It fixed itself. So that's good. I thought I was banned. And I was like, oh man, I had this episode ready to go. I forgot what to name it and everything. So I just named it. I thought I got banned and I forgot what to name this episode. That's the episode name. So, and I think that fits. I don't know exactly. I forget what I talked about in that episode. I had a really good title, but I forgot about it. That's why I made it and I halfway uploaded it yesterday while it was fresh in my mind. And then it gets taken away and I freak the hell out. But I mean, it all got fixed. And I was about to make a post on Facebook saying, hey guys, I know you couldn't wait for the next episode, but it's, there's 3 people out there that really wanted to listen to this, and they can't because, but in, I don't know. I don't know what I decided not to do that. I was like, let's just hold off. Maybe it'll get fixed out. And whenever I was like, I'm going to record, I was like, I mean, I got to the point where I'm like, I have to create a new show. How are all the 3 people that listen going to find the next show? What if they don't come back? What if the new show takes off like fucking crazy? And I'm like, I just lost 500 episodes. I mean, I don't know. So like radio DJs back in the day, they would have a show and they would do the show live on the air. And then when they were done, it was gone. I don't know if I don't think people were really recording those. So I almost thought about having a show kind of like that. It's like, maybe I do something like that where I only have like 5 episodes uploaded at a time, and I just delete them as I go, just in case there is some shit that I talked about. It's like nobody could find it. Nobody, and uh, just a thought on a type of episode. It's like you got to listen while it's hot, and if it's not hot, it's gone. But I kind of like having them available, all 500. It's a good time. But I think I would have, if I would have, my life would have gone a little bit differently, and I became like some sort of a radio DJ. That would have been a cool time, I think. I think I could talk for hours. I've been talking all day with another guy. That's why I haven't recorded yet. I've been with somebody else that I don't want to know if I don't think I've ever talked shit about him. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, good worker. But I don't need everybody at work. There's already a couple people at work that know about the podcast. I don't need anybody else knowing about it, because I want to be able to talk shit about the people that are around me without them finding out. Is that a healthy attitude to have? I think it really, I don't know. I don't know what I think, actually. I just came to that realization. Say that word real quick. Realization. Realization. Relation. Real. Now I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Today was a good day-ish, kind of. So I knew what I had to do today. I was come into work and grab the tractor and a 48-foot dry van with a lift gate and go out to this little town out in Missouri and load up a bunch of barrels of dust and like sand and media and whatever. It's from their dust collectors, and they collect about 30 barrels. Then they give us a call and we go out there and we do it. And I was getting my truck pre-tripped, and another guy showed up. He's like, hey, what are you doing today? I'm like, oh, just getting this truck ready to go and heading out, but I can't get the fucking lift gate to come down. And then I learned a little bit later on that the lift gate is actually fucked. And it's really funny because I was telling somebody the other day about the lift gate, and I was like, yeah, I'm amazed every time it works. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, that thing is a piece of shit, and it lifts up heavy shit all the fucking time, and I just don't understand how it's gonna break one day. And they're like, no, it's not. And then now look at it. It's all broken and all fucked up, and the lift gate covers the door whenever it's folded up, so you can't get inside that trailer even if you wanted to. There's no getting in that fucking trailer. And there were barrel dollies inside there, because I was like, all right, well, I'm taking the other box truck. It's a little bit smaller, we were worried we might go overweight, but whatever. And well, anyways, this other guy was like, my job got canceled. I don't want to be at the shop. Can I go with you? And I'm like, well, call the boss. Called the boss. The boss said, yeah, sure, not a problem. So we get everything loaded up, and I had to run around like a chicken without a head. I mean, sometimes chickens with heads run around like crazy too, but it's a little bit more frantic when they ain't got a head. They can't see where they're going or nothing. But look at this guy. He's like, nope, fuck you. You don't need to get on the highway. What a Johnson Controls? You fucking suck, dude. Anyways, that's a company, and I don't know who's driving that truck, but they could use a little bit more awareness around them, and they just like a guy was getting off a cloverleaf, and there was plenty of room, and this guy just drove up and like completely blocked this guy from getting on the highway. It's like, I know they have to merge to you, but you deliberately got in their way, is what it looked like, you know. Anyways, back to working. They said, yeah, sure, take him. So me and this dude, good dude, we drive out to this little town in Missouri, and we load up. And they were really worried. They were like, you should probably do 2 loads. I'm like, okay. I'll take your. I'm gonna take what you said, and I'm gonna put it in my pocket, and I'm gonna hold on to it. But they're like, you just do 2 loads. I'm like, I'm not gonna do 2 loads. Looking back now, I wish I would have done 2 loads, because now I'm headed out to go do a different job, a vac truck. I mean, I guess I don't want to complain about work. I don't mind it really. But the other guy, he was like, man, if we take a little bit longer, we won't have to go do that job. I'm like, I don't mind doing the job though. Like, he's like, we're gonna be at work until 8 o'clock tonight. I'm like, I need money, kind of. So like, the later this takes, the more money I make, and it doesn't really matter because I'm hopping on a fucking dirt bike when I'm out of here, and I'm gonna have a great time on my way home. And otherwise, I have to fight traffic and shit. I did get really good news today. The ATV that I ordered has arrived. My neighbor, they intercepted the package. He said it's here, and it's here. So whenever you get home, you can come get it. And I said, all right, I'll do that. I'm going to come get that motherfucker when I get off work. So I would like to get off kind of early today, but also it doesn't really matter. I'm probably not going to build it today anyways. I might look at it, but it might be better to leave it just packaged up. My uncle, I hung out with him yesterday. I have a lot to go over with that, but my uncle, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go. I got this ATV and I'm going to build it, and then so it'll be ready to go as soon as. He's like, have him help you. I'm like, you're right. I'm not going to build it at all. Me and my son are going to get out the toolbox and sit in the garage on the floor, and we're going to get this motherfucker put together. He likes Legos. This is like a giant Lego, kind of, to an extent. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And I think he's going to appreciate it more if he helped build it. So, yeah, I think that's where we're at. I think I might get some wrapping paper and just wrap the box. And then on his birthday, have him come down and see it. Sorry, I got a booger I'm trying to pick. ABF, what the fuck are you doing, ABF? Get out of here, ABF. ABF's over here hauling doubles, and he's just like, let me just pass you at a half a mile an hour. It's windy, bud. You're swerving, okay? Come on, man. I'm slowing down so you can just go ahead, bud. Yeah, go ahead. Come on over, you motherfucker. Dude, people that drive doubles and triples, like, oh, man, that's got to be nerve-wracking to do that every day. Maybe not. Maybe it's okay. But I fucking hate you. I don't want to be around you at all. When I'm driving, Anything, I don't, whenever I see somebody running doubles and triples, I'm like, I don't want to be around you at all. I mean, hey, thank you for doing your job. Do it away from me, okay? I don't want you fucking right next to me, you swervy bitch. It's kind of windy today. So anyways, we went out there, we got the barrels. We loaded them up, and then we turned around, and we were supposed to we weren't supposed to do shit. They suggested we stop at a scale and weigh it to make sure we're not overweight. What are we going to do if we're overweight? What are we going to do if we're overweight? You want me to drive down to the truck stop and get a weight ticket after I'm full? What if I'm overweight? What are we doing then? Am I going to go back to the place and kick off a couple of barrels? That's going to fuck up all the paperwork. It's really everything has been kind of scheduled and set up. You're going to fuck everything up if I got to go take off a couple of barrels. And I don't want to do that. So you know what I did? I just drove. There were no way stations. We were fine. The truck, in all honesty, them barrels weren't that heavy. We loaded them by hand. We offloaded them by hand. There was like 30 of them, and there was a tote full of water. But fuck it, dude. Everything fucking ended up just fine. I'm not doing 2 runs, and I'm not coming back for 3 barrels. Like what are you talking about? I don't think we were overweight at all. I have a scale ticket right here from the landfill, but that was a while ago. And then they made us sit at the landfill for a while because they were trying to figure out the paperwork anyways. So I mean, whatever. Because we had a solid load and a liquid load all on one paper. So usually if that happens, they have 2 different manifests so they can split it up easier, because otherwise they got to divide and subtract and multiply and use calculations and some sort of geometry or whatever to figure out how to split up the shit. But they were like, oh, we need you to hurry back to the shop. We need you to fucking turn and burn. Get back to the shop. We have something emergency happening. Hurry up. Get over here. And we didn't hurry, but we got there, and then I needed to get a new hat. They did. I don't think they liked that. They're like, "You got the truck ready to go?" I was like, "I need a new hat." They're like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "My hat is full of. I don't. It's too hot. It's sweaty. It's thick. It's heavy. I'd like to get a new fucking baseball cap." And they're like, "Okay, we'll get you one." I'm like, yeah. They're like, now you do need to go to the emergency. I'm like, we're getting there. We're getting there. And so we had to get a pressure washer hooked up to the pickup truck with the other guy, and I just had to get this back truck ready to go. And we're ready to go, and we're headed out to this job site. Are we going to stop and grab something to eat real quick? Yeah. Because we haven't had time. If they wouldn't have called us and told us to hurry, we were going to stop and grab something to eat. And then they're like, oh, now you're going to need to hurry. It's like, okay, well, we're going to get out there, and we're going to be out there for however long. We're going to be hungry. So we're going to stop and grab some food, like right up here, I think, here in just a little bit. Because, hey, you guys are going to lunch. Everybody else goes to lunch. We'd like to go to lunch, too. And this is on our way to our job. We're not going to take a 30-minute break. It doesn't take that long to throw down a couple of burgers. But anyways, no, yesterday was fucking awesome. So I texted my uncle. I said, hey, I'm going to be off at a pretty decent time. Are you going to be around? He said, yeah. I said, all right. So then I, really put some pep in my step and got the fuck out of work and rode the dirt bike. I'm riding the dirt bike every day, guys. Okay? If I don't ride the dirt bike, I'm going to be very unhappy. And you can kind of tell by the sound of my voice, I'm pretty happy right now. Sorry about the burp. I I go over to his house, and I do got my wife. She's like, "Hey, you need to come get these fucking kids." I'm like, "No, I got dirt bike things to do." She's like, "Get over here and get these kids." I said, "I am going to ride dirt bikes." So she was a little unhappy with me, but it's okay. Things are fine. You got to piss them off every now and again to keep things spicy. Spicy. Got to create a little bit of drama here and there. You know, I don't like drama, but you have to. It's drama's going to happen whether you want it to or not. So you might as well create it the way you want it to be created. And if I'm in the, I'm the victor in the drama, then hell yeah. I'm not the victor in the drama. I'm the victor in doing what the fuck I want to do, and then paying for it later on by maybe sleeping on the couch a night or two or something, you know. But yeah, so I said, too fucking bad. I'm going to my uncle's house to ride dirt bikes. Yeah, bud. So I went over to his house and we started looking at the dirt bike because I've been having tuning issues with it and everything, and he's like, well, let's look at it. Let me see if I can help you out with anything. And so we're going through everything, and uh, you know what? Sometimes there's some shit that happens that makes me really feel like a dumbass. But I really thought I had all my T's crossed and my I's dotted and my Y's with the little tail on it and everything. I thought everything was kind of like, this bike just doesn't run right. That's all. It just doesn't run right. I mean, I've done it all, but we go over there. A spark plug. There's two spark plugs for the one cylinder, and one of those was unhooked. You know how we found that out? He's like, hey, I kind of ruined it already, but he's like, just fire the bike up, and I'm going to spray some carb cleaner on there. And if it revs up a little bit, you have a vacuum leak. I'm like, okay, cool. So we tilt the bike up. I fire it up. It's in neutral. And he sprays a bunch of carb clean all over everything. Well, the spark plug boot was not hooked up. So it caught on fire. Don't worry, you didn't fuck up the audio. You didn't get a phone call or whatever. No, I'm just doing a dramatic pause. My whole engine was on fire, and he's like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Oh fuck!" He's like, "You definitely got a leak or something." I'm like, "Jesus, how did that happen?" He's like, "Dude, you have to have a leak like right up here next to where the gas goes in, and it just backfired or something." No, you know what? He was on the opposite side. I was on the other side. I was like, oh, I left a spark plug boot unplugged. I wonder how long it's been riding on one spark plug. It's been riding on one spark plug. It's possible for it to ride on one spark plug. That's why God gave you two of them. But it runs a hell of a lot better when they're both plugged in. Okay, so we plugged that in because I was also having a trouble. Like, I couldn't notice a difference with my idle air mixture screw. I would unscrew the thing all the way the fuck out, and then it would die. But the pin and everything would fall the fuck out. But if I screwed it all the way in, it would just ran the same either way. Once I plugged that other spark plug in, I don't know. It made a difference. You could actually hear it rev the fuck up. I don't know what the fuck. It was running super fucking rich because the one spark plug wasn't enough to burn the fuel, so it was running fucking weird. We also adjusted some other shit, and I don't know. But anyways, we caught it on fire. We blew out the fire. We're good to go. He's like, all right, well, let's try it again, but with some soapy water, unflammable. It'll bog out. You can tell if it's bogging out, starts sucking water in the gas. And we sprayed the fuck out of it. It didn't make a damn difference. So I don't know. I don't really know what we changed other than plugging the other spark plug in and adjusting the idle air screw. The thing seems to still run a little bad, but whatever. you know. I think it might be just a complete carb rebuild is what it really probably is going to need. It's going to need a valve adjustment, even though it's not really giving me all the signs it needs a valve adjustment, but it's going to need a complete carb deconstruction and a complete carb reconstruction, and make sure every single thing has been completely cleaned, because I've taken it off and I've ran a piece of wire, like a little copper wire, a little thread of copper wire through everything, but it hasn't really made much of a difference. Where in the fuck is the truck stop? Did I pass it? Anyways, I'm hungry. I'm getting a little hangry now. Anyways, we got it all put back together, and he said, "Did you want to go ride like the trails over there, or what did you want to do?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I just really kind of came over to hang out." I was like, "But if you want to go ride, that'd be cool." He's like, "Well, I don't really want to, but behind his house, he's got trails back there. They're just kind of tight, and they're not very many of them. But he's like, yeah, you can go." He's like, go hit up that trail back there." And I've been back there a couple of times on different machines, but the last time I went back there was on his four-wheel drive Polaris, four-wheeler ATV, and I thought, I don't know, it was a while back, and I just remember I was like, dude, these are like hills back here. This is like, you have to have a four-wheel drive four-wheeler, and you have to lean all the way forward to get up any of these hills. But he was like, "No, man, you could take your dirt bike." I was like, "You think I'll be good back there?" He's like, "Yeah, just take your dirt bike back there." So I did. And I get down there, and you have to go through a creek. You got to go down a little hill from his backyard into the creek, and then up the hill into the trails and everything. And since it's fall, everything's, the ground is real covered in leaves and everything. I'm not setting it up. I didn't fall. I didn't fall down or nothing. Okay, guys? I'm actually really surprised I didn't fall. I had a couple of close calls, but dude, I had so much fun just ripping through those trails and shit. He hadn't been back there in a while. So it's kind of hard to see exactly where to go. And I did get lost in one spot. I thought the trail went straight, so I went straight, and I ended up in his neighbor's backyard. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, there's a goddamn bus. A bus full of fat fucks. Out here at the McDonald's. We're eating McDonald's. I know, I don't want to, but we don't really get much of a choice out here. And I'm going to pause this right here, but I'll be back in just a little bit with me running the trails and shit, because I got some shit to say about it. Well, we're back. We just stopped off at the McDonald's. Got me a couple of spicy crunch wraps or whatever snack. Fucking, I ate a little too fast. Couple of snack wraps, and I actually got a McDouble. I don't know, every time I've gone and I've gotten double cheeseburgers, and the only difference between a double cheeseburger and a McDouble is an extra slice of cheese. That's the only motherfucking difference. So, and sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I like a lot of cheese. Sometimes I could do with less cheese. And you know what? That was a good move today. Anyways, back to what we were going to be talking about. Where's my phone at? Dirt biking, which is always a good time. I'm going to actually need to have my fucking GPS up. You, go there. You, go here. Dirt biking? Man, oh man. I mean, and I told him, I was like, I have a problem with commitment. I have trouble committing to just hitting an obstacle and hoping to get over the other side. And I know that's where a lot of mistakes happen, anyways. But oh man, when I was coming down, like I'm sitting at the top of the small little dip down into the creek, and then there's an uphill on the other side, and I was like, son of a bitch, dude. I was like, I'm gonna have to, like, there's no other way around it. You have to give it gas, and if I stop in the creek, it's only gonna make things even harder. I'm merging onto the highway here. Merging onto the highway here. Come on, baby. All right, there we go. Coming over, school bus. Um, and so I did it. I mean, I did it. I didn't. I was like, there's no other way about it. You got to quit being a bitch and just go for it. Sometimes you got to just launch yourself into a creek and hope you come out the other side. And that's what I did. And it worked out. And so I got it. Got through the creek, went up the other side of the hill. And I'm telling you, if I had the street tires on there, obviously that wouldn't work. That would not have worked. I would have spun. Um, but those knobbies just grabbed it and went. It's so nice to actually have some grip off road for once. And so I went up the hill, and he said, do it clockwise. Go up the hill and then turn right, and then go clockwise. Otherwise, there's a steep, the steepest of the hills back here. You're gonna go down it, but you won't have to go up it. I'm like, okay. So I turn right, and then I'm riding, and I thought, I can tell he hasn't been up here in a little bit because the ground is, everything's covered in leaves or whatever. And if he had been up here, he would have, rutted it out and everything. I mean, you could tell where the dirt bikes had been, but, and I went the wrong way, and I ended up in a neighbor's backyard, without any way to turn around. There's just so many trees and shit in front of me, I couldn't turn around right there. And there's a lot of logs and fallen trees and shit back there too. So I really wore myself out just trying to pull my dirt bike backwards through I was in the brush. I went up into the brush, and I started coming down again, and I realized this is not where I'm supposed to be. And it took a lot of time, a little bit of time to get me backed up and out of there, but got out of there. And he's like, oh yeah, I should have told you to turn at the chair. There's an old ass chair just in the woods sitting right there. And just kept going around the track a couple of times, and I started getting warmed up to it. And I was like, I'm ready to go the other way. So I started going the other way, and I went up the hill climb that he was talking about. I mean, you're coming slow up to it because it's kind of around a bend, and then it kind of sneaks up on you. But you just give her the beans. And they're not like hill climbs. If I took a video of what I did, I wouldn't get nobody would think that's impressive. It really didn't look that bad, and it wasn't all that bad, but you are like on the side of a hill. So everything's at an angle no matter where you're at over there, but and it would be kind of hard to show that, I think, with a video. But anyways, I had a lot of fun. I had so much fun doing that. And then I went home. I sat on the back porch with him for a while talking. And he's got a really nice house and everything. There's a bunch of deer that kept walking around right there where I had just been. I'm like, the hell? The deer out here are crazy. They're just like, it smells like dirt bike over there, and they're just walking around it. They don't give a shit. Anyways, yeah, we were just talking about strip clubs and shit. He's like, well, he was talking about I wanted to talk to him about his Chadwick trip, and he's like, yeah, we went to Chadwick, we had a good time, but it's not like it used to be, man. I'm like, really? What did it used to be like? He's like, dude, there was this strip club and motel that shared the same parking lot, and we'd always stay there, and we'd go over there, and we'd close down the strip clubs. After a day of riding, we'd go over there and close those down. Then all the strippers would come over towards the motel, which had a diner inside of it or something. He's like, one chick had her pussy out. She was fingering herself, and she's like, I could squirt on command and everything. Maybe I should be saying this. This is just a heart-touched moment shared by me and my uncle. But anyways, he said the strippers were pretty friendly over there. I was like, don't. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, strippers are cool, but he's like, yeah, sometimes they'd come back to the rooms with us. I'm like, yeah. They've been riding on hard cocks all day, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, what? Don't they? They're sweaty. They've been moving around. They've been oiling themselves up. They've been doing all kinds of shit. That. I don't know if you want to. He's like, dude, nobody gave a shit about that stuff. I'm like, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I am being a little picky. Maybe I'm being a stick in the mud about it. But I'm like, I don't know if I want a stripper that's been riding on a bunch of hard cocks all day. I don't know. Maybe I do. I've never, I don't know. Maybe. But yeah. He said, oh, the whole town down there, they used to just tear it up down there and have a good time. That was before internet and everything. He's been riding dirt bikes for his entire life, so he's been going down there quite a bit. But yeah, he's like, it's totally different now. The cops don't just throw away your cocaine anymore. They'll actually arrest you for it now and shit. He's like, everybody takes everything so seriously now. But back in the day, you could go down there and watch a stripper fucking blast her pussy cum all over the fucking sidewalk and have a good time. You don't get that anymore, apparently. And if you do, society makes you feel bad for it. Motherfuckers. Anyways. Yeah, then I rode home. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go home and I'll start taking care of the kids or whatever. And I get home and they ain't there. They ain't there. So I went and I rode around the neighborhood a little bit. Because I saw a guy in my neighborhood, he's got a side-by-side. And he runs up and down the roads all the time. It's legal to run a golf cart side-by-side up and down the roads as long as you got a flag or something. Some new city ordinance. Not new. It's been around for a while, but I was trying to make friends with him, trying to figure out where the fuck he lives at. Do a little bit of stalkization on my neighborhood. Find it like, that guy's got off-road machines. I think we would be friends. I think we could be friends. And I try to make it obvious. I've got a square body and another rusty Chevy truck sitting in my driveway all the time. Like, it's obvious I'm a cool fucking guy. Why don't you guys come over here and hang out? Knock on the door. When the garage is open, just come on in. Let's have a good time. My dad, well, yeah, it was my dad. But growing up, we always had like friendly neighbors, and you could just go over to their houses whenever you wanted, and it was always a good time. It really felt nice, and I tried to have that happen with my current neighbors, but they now hate each other because my one neighbor's dog bit the tits off of my other neighbor's wife. And that's a whole nother story that we'll get into eventually. But yeah, now they hate each other. You would think just the guy that had his wife's tits bit off would be upset. But he sued the other guy, and now he's upset. And Everything's all fixed up now, but they flip each other off all the time. It's kind of funny because I'll go over there and be like, "Why the fuck you talking to that other motherfucker over there?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm friends with both of you." And then they see each other and they flip each other off, and I'm like, "All right, guys, all right, all right. I'm just the middle guy here. I'm really close friends with you guys, and I'm really close friends with these other guys, and I got one neighbor, he's picking up my ATV. The other neighbor, I'll help him haul trash. You know, like, we're all friends here." I got a piece of lettuce stuck in my fucking teeth, dude. Sorry if you don't like that noise. I got it loose. That was chicken. That was chicken, not lettuce. Anyways, yeah, they're not friendly with each other. So I don't know. I'm like, hey, listen, if I'm driving down the road and I see a guy with some cool ass shit in his driveway and he's got his garage door open, I might stop and just say hi. You know, just try to break the ice. You know, everybody's so awkward. They don't want to break the ice. Break the ice with me, bud. But anyways, I couldn't find him. But as I was driving up and down the neighborhood, I did see a guy on a fucking Honda dual sport. It was like a CRF 300 or 450. I don't know what the fuck it was. I really have no idea. It's like a newer Honda, but it was tagged. It had mirrors and shit on it. And we passed each other. I couldn't tell if it was a bicycle or a guy on a dirt bike until I got up next to him, and I just put my hand up and I waved at him. Like the whole time, I was like, hey, you know, part of me was flagging him down. But he just kept going his way, and I just kept going my way. And but now I know, and I think I've seen him before out on some of the other roads around the neighborhood. I've seen a guy on a dirt bike, but I've always been in a fucking idiot car. I've been in a fucking car. Nobody on a dirt bike gives a shit about anybody in a car. You know how I know? I ride a dirt bike. If you wave at me and you're in a fucking car, get fucked, bud. Get fucked. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking caged motherfucker. I don't give a shit. We can't be friends. You're driving a car. So if I'm driving a car and I see a guy on a dirt bike, I'm like, oh, God. You know, I want to wave at him, but he doesn't give a fuck about me. I'm in a car. That could be just me thinking that. But if I'm on a dirt bike and I see another guy on a dirt bike, I feel like they should get it all as excited as I get excited. I'm like, hey, dirt biker, let's be friends. I mean, really anybody on a motorcycle, but if it's a dirt bike, I get really excited. If I see somebody on a dirt bike, I am really excited. I get fucking creepy when I see a guy on a dirt bike. I mean, I don't know what it was that I didn't just lock up the rear brakes, spin that bitch around, and go up next to him and, like, kind of force him to be my friend. I should have done that. I should have fucking done that. Been like, I live over there. I have the old trucks in the driveway. Just stop by any time. Stop by any time, bud. You know, my house is just like your house. Make yourself at home. Come inside. Come inside. Meet my dogs. Meet my kids. Let's be friends. You have a dirt bike. I have a dirt bike. What other things in common do we need? I need dirt bike friends. I need dirt bike friends nearby. I want to be able to ride over to my dirt bike friend's house and look at his dirt bike and my dirt bike in his driveway for hours, late into the night, over the weekend. Maybe sleep over. You can sleep over at my place. I got a cot. I don't know, man. I get real fucking giddy when I see another man on a dirt bike. I just think of all the friendship I have to give to him. Like, we could be so good of friends. I think we could be really good friends. If you're on a dirt bike, I'm on a dirt bike, we could be really good friends. And I've seen you before, you elusive beast. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to, I don't know. I feel like I just need to start driving around my neighborhood every day before I go home, you know, like My wife will see me because she tracks me. I track her too, so don't get the wrong impression on that. She'll see that I'm on my way home, and she'll start making plans about leaving. And I need to she'll be like, where the fuck is he going? And I'm just riding around the neighborhood. It's like, I'm doing neighborhood watch stuff. I'm watching for dirt bikes. I'm looking for a guy with a red dirt bike. He's over here somewhere. He has to be over here somewhere. Somewhere in this neighborhood, there is a guy on a dirt bike, and I'm going to find him and make him my friend. I don't know. I don't think I'd be honestly that creepy if that actually happened, but just for podcast sake, I'm a child, just so excited to see a guy on a dirt bike. And I try to keep that in mind when I'm riding around. Like, there's kids in car seats. There's other kids riding in the back of their fucking mom's minivan with Cheetos all over the floor. And they see a dirt bike riding by, and they're like, that guy's on a dirt bike. And I think other men and women, maybe, hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, I don't need another woman in my life, but just people in general see a man of my stature and size riding a dirt bike up and down the highway. I think they think to themselves, they're like, that could be me one day. I'm just trying to be an icon is what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be a man people know. They're like, that guy on that fat guy in the orange shirt on the white dirt bike that flies up and down this highway every morning. He is a fucking menace. I'm trying to get on Kansas City Sport Bike Society page. I'm trying to find. I do so much crazy shit out on the road. I want somebody to take a picture of me and put it up. Be like, who the hell is this? And so I can get on there, and because I get on there and I scroll, and I'm like, maybe there's pictures of me. I did some crazy shit today. Maybe somebody got it, because those guys on there, they love it just as much as I do. I think they love anytime they see any motorcycle, they take a picture of it and they post it. Like, who's this? Who's that? Did you see this guy? And I'm just like, hey, look at me. Look at me. Post up my picture. I'd love to see it. But I feel like I'll see it and I'll be like, God damn, that ain't me. Holy shit, that is not me. That fat fuck is not me. And I might just, be like, comment on it just to get it out of the way and be like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Who the fuck is that fat guy? And maybe one day, I'll have to quit going to McDonald's, but maybe one day I'll be skinny, and then I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's not me, but look at me. I don't know. I'm just making some shit up here. But anyways, I got real fucking excited. And I had a great day. I did dirt bike stuff. I rode the dirt bike through the trails and shit. And now my son is going to have an ATV. My son is going to have an ATV, and I'm going to put the dirt bike and the ATV in the back of the pickup truck, which this is going to be a problem because my daughter is going to want to come, and she is going to have nothing. It's going to be impossible. But I don't know. Maybe mom can paint her nails or something. I don't know. And maybe I should get another ATV. I don't know what I should do here. But without thinking about that stuff, my daughter and everything, I want her to be able to come and enjoy it too. But it's really easy to focus on one child doing off-roading. It's easier to watch one of them than try to get both of them, But anyways, I'm going to get him, throw his little ATV, and throw my dirt bike in the back of the pickup truck, hop in the pickup truck, and go out to, I don't know, we might just go to my uncle's farm. Well, it's not my uncle's farm anymore. It's my cousin's farm. My uncle passed away, poor guy. It was a while back. But now my cousin owns the family farm that they grew up on. So go over there, and then, but I don't know. This is where it gets sketchy. My family, everybody wants to ride everything. So bringing a brand new ATV out to my cousin's farm means his kids, my cousin's kids, what are those called? What are your cousin's kids called? I don't know. Anyways, they're going to want to hop on this little ATV and rip the fuck out of it and break it. So maybe going out to his farm isn't a good idea, at least not yet. Want to keep this ATV in pretty good shape for a little while. I mean, we'll just mess around in the backyard, but eventually it would be really cool to go out to somewhere that we can ride, and he can hop on the little ATV and I can be on the dirt bike, and we can just ride together, go out and do something. I guess Perry Lake out here, I already passed it. It's over here near Lawrence. I'm headed to Topeka, but oh, I gotta turn left. All right. I don't know, or just go out to some gravel roads or something. I guess I don't know. Something really easy, something he's not going to get all fucked up on. Go out. I guess I do have my other cousin's house. Not my other cousin, my other uncle. And he lives a little closer. He's got a little bit of land. I just need to find somewhere with some land, man. Some land to roam around on. Just take my son out. I know what a lot of it's gonna be is just me and him. I'm in the backyard, really, running over dog shit. But that'll still be a great time. But yeah, I don't know. Eventually I want to go out to an actual place with the dirt bike and the ATV and go out and have a nice little rip, hang out. I guess going camping would be really cool too, because a lot of campsites, they allow you to have a small vehicle to get around, and well, I guess my wife's family has a couple of cabins down south. So just yell at them and tell them we're going to go sleep in the cabins, and go down there. And there's so many trails and shit back there. But I think those trails are a little bit too much for what he's got. But they do have it's like a gravel road neighborhood thing. We could just putt around over there and have a good time. I don't know. What else is going on? Oh, well, like today, right now, I guess we can talk about what I'm doing right now, and I don't think I even really got on it. We're going out to Topeka. There's a pit with water in it. We're going to suck out the water. We're going to suck out the water and clean the pit, and then suck out the rinse water, and then dump it all into a tote and leave it on site somewhere, and then we can go home. It's 3:30, so it's not. I don't think we're going to be out here very long. I don't think this is going to take a long time. So I think we'll be all right. Hello again. I know I'm getting all cut off here and there, and but we're done with this run. We got 500 gallons worth of liquid, and they told me it would be less than 300. So, and that's always how it always ends up. This car doesn't want to come out this way. All right. Coming around the corner, everybody watch out. Yep, so we got a little bit more than was expected. So I had to sit out here and wait. I know No, you guys don't even really know what I'm talking about. There was sumps in the ground. Or maybe I already did explain. There's sumps in the ground. The guys wanted us to clean it out so they could figure out where it's leaking from. And we start getting into them, and there's fucking gasoline in our, you know. So, where am I gonna do a U-turn? I thought I could cross the fucking road here. Apparently not. Oh, there is a traffic light right there. All right. Yeah, and it's pretty cool because we sucked out all that water, and then we dumped it all into these totes, and gasoline floats on water. So that second tote, that first tote, there's no gasoline in it, but that second tote, it's already, as soon as we got it filled up, it started doing its separation thing where you could see there's a lot of gasoline in there. All right, where am I going? I want to go this way. Yeah, let's go this way. I think, yeah. 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 Let's go this way. Days in, fuck you. I know you're not the same Days in as the other one, but hey, fuck you. Anyways, Days in, Econolodge, I don't know. American by Wyndham, maybe. But a Days in, oh fuck, you lost a customer. You lost a customer for life. Oh no, this truck runs like fucking shit. Am I out of fuel? Where's the fuel gauge? There it is. This thing runs like fucking shit, dude. It's like, did I leave the PTO on? No. It's probably because I have the air conditioning going. Yeah, so we sucked out all those. I knew as soon as I got there and I looked in the pits, I was like, oh, fuck. It ain't all going to fit. So I end up having to have my boss lady bring me another tote. So I had to sit there it's an hour away, Kansas City from Topeka. So I had to sit there for an hour, well, longer than an hour, because I sat there for probably 30 minutes by myself, kicked the other guy out after I was done with him. And, is this the right way? Where am I? Let's hold on. Let's look at the GPS. I think I'm going the right way. Work. Take me to work. Okay. 3 miles, I gotta take 470. Okay, we can do that. I got me one of these sugar-free pink edition wild berry Red Bulls. I just wanted something cold and energizing. I didn't want coffee. Cold coffee at the end of the day, nah, man. And I'm not too manly enough to not drink a pink Red Bull. I don't know. I think it's cool. Oh. Mm-hmm. My ATV showed up. Did I already talk about that? It showed up. My neighbors got it. My neighbor intercepted it. And I don't know, man. I keep opening up. So Ryan Hall, y'all, is a YouTube channel for weather. And I get notified every time he goes live. And he went live. That means there's bad weather somewhere. Luckily, the bad weather is not where I'm at. But it is getting extremely windy. And riding that dirt bike in the wind, I'm not going to bitch about it. It's fine. I can ride it in the wind. But I'm telling you, yesterday on my way home, I was coming around one of the big swooping corners uphill on the highway doing 70-ish. maybe more. And the wind hit me, and I thought it was going to take my legs out. I thought it was going to blow the tires off the ground, and I was going to just lay there flat on the ground. I was extremely shocked by the wind that blew me, you know. And we got to go around a clover leaf. I don't remember this at all. I think this is not the right way, but it's gonna be the right way eventually. I just got to figure out where to go. All right, go over here. Okay, well it kind of looks like it's the way. Just the way here there was no clover leaf. The way back is, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I got hit by the wind, and I was like, oh shit, you know. And then today there's going to be even more wind, but I'm getting home late already. I mean, what time is it now? 7:12. It's going to be 8 o'clock by the time I get home. Then the wind is going to start picking up, and I guess rain is going to move into the area, but a lot later in the day. So I don't think I'm going to have any issues with rain. I think the wind is going to be my main deal in the dark. But I'll be fine. I can take the back roads home. If I'm real worried about it, I'll take. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Take the back roads. Just take a back road. There's a guy who sings a song. Take a back road. These back roads are through the city, though. They're not in the middle of nowhere. And even if I do take the back roads, I eventually will hit a highway. Yeah, this is the right way. Hey, I know where I'm at now. This is where, whenever I'm coming around the corner, coming back from Oklahoma, because when I come back from Oklahoma, if I'm going straight back to the shop, I go up and I hightail it through Topeka, and people that are coming on this on-ramp always are going slow as fuck, and I blow their doors up, because most people coming around that corner in a semi, they slow down a little bit, but I got low center of gravity in my truck that I can keep her pinned at 75 around that corner, and then these people are slow getting on the highway, and I'm over here running the fast lane, just fucking cooking, bud. I haven't ever had an issue, but these cars, they come off this fucking on-ramp like they're fucking hot shit, and they're not. Dude, there's something going on with this truck. It is struggling. What the hell is going on with this thing? It's like cutting out. They better make it fucking home. Anyways, tomorrow is going to be a good day. I'm going to have a long, nice drive by myself. I thought I was going to be training a guy. We got a new employee that I trained him the other day. What did I train him? Oh, we did a little has run with the little box truck, the little baby box truck. And all we did was pick up one 30-gallon barrel and two 5-gallon buckets, and then we took him to hazmat. I'm like, I don't know what I'm training him. This is how you pick up a bucket. I don't know. He didn't learn anything. And then tomorrow is another has run that I was going to train him on. I'm going to go out to Hannibal, Missouri, which is over north of St. Louis, all the way on the edge of Missouri. So I'm going to drive all the way across Missouri tomorrow and back. I don't know. I want to say if I was a go-getter, I would show up super fucking early and then be able to get off super early for a nice weekend. But it doesn't matter if I show up early or not. The people at the place where I'm picking up the has dumpster, they are not ready until 8 o'clock. And most of the time you get there at 8 o'clock, you'll sit there until fucking 8:45 before they have the paperwork ready to go. And I don't load a fucking thing until I get the goddamn paperwork. because I'm not about to do work without paperwork. And I mean, I've never had them not give me the paperwork before, but I mean, that's just kind of a rule of thumb with any driver situation, hazmat, shit, don't ever put anything on the truck unless you are 100% certain you're taking it, because it's happened several times where we go out to a place, it's like, yeah, that's I could load it up, but I'm not gonna until you give me paperwork. And they're like, just load it up, It's like, not until I get the paperwork. Like, you really got to have the paperwork. And if I know the paperwork is on the way and it's good, I'll think about starting to load it. But until we get a little bit of confirmation that you got paperwork for me to haul that shit, I ain't fucking touching it. And because yeah, I mean, it hasn't happened to me too many times, but yeah, there has been times where I've loaded shit up, can't get paperwork, and either we have to go through a whole bunch of bullshit. They're like, oh, well, just don't do the job. It's like, well, it's already on the truck, man. They're like, what? No, get it off the truck. I'm like, well, I don't know. It's kind of weird putting, like, cleaning up waste and then just dumping it back into the same hole. Like, the customer's like, what the fuck you doing? It's like, well, you ain't got the paperwork. I can't fucking haul it. Or, yeah, I don't know. There's just all kinds of things. Oh, well, I guess one thing, actually, the place I'm going tomorrow refused my load one day. I was up in Iowa. I had to go up into Iowa. They had a dumpster, an open top dumpster, 25-yard container or whatever. It had a tarp top on it or whatever. And I get up there, and these guys really went ham with the stickers. They're using small little container stickers, and they have flammable liquid, flammable solid, flammable. They have just stickers all over this fucking thing. Hazardous waste. They have all kinds of stickers all over the fucking thing. And they're like, I'm like, listen, I have the fucking document here, and the only thing I can haul that, calling it and having labeled, is flammable solids. Okay, I cannot haul that unless the only label on there is flammable solid. And I'm like, and you're supposed to provide the placards and everything. And they're like, we don't have placards, but we have all these little stickers. I'm like, those little stickers are not legal. Those are not good enough, dude. I need the big diamonds, the regular size diamonds, and I have to tape them all over the side on all four corners of that container. And they're like, well, we don't have those. So I was like, well, all right, hold up. Let me run to a couple of truck stops. Truck stops do sell placards, but they don't sell every single placard. I could not find a flammable solid for the life of me, dude. So you know what I did? I went up to Kinko's, which is a place. People just talk about it like, oh, go up to Kinko's. No, it's an actual place. It was inside of a Walmart. Went inside a Walmart to the place called Kinko's, and I had the guy look up off of the DOT website the flammable solid placard with the dimensions and the color and everything, and I had him print out beautiful placards that matched the DOT website entirely, with the numbers printed on it and everything. This fucking guy was like, he was happy with it. I had him, and I was like, yep, we're good to go. Just, I need to rip all that bullshit off this fucking tank or dumpster. Rip all your bullshit off and put these on there. This is the only thing that can be on there when I'm hauling it. If I get pulled over, and I will, if a DOT sees this fucking open top dumpster running around with flammable liquid placards on it, he's going to wonder what the fuck is going on. Because those are not made to hold liquid. I know they do hold liquid. They are not made to hold liquid. There's a tarp top. If I hit a bump or whatever, it's going to splash the shit out everywhere. There was not even liquid in the thing. What these were it was from a pipeline, and they have these giant metal filters with filter media in it, and they run all the gasoline at this pump station through these filters, and they needed to change the filters out. And there's a special type of filter or whatever. And they were just all these metal filter. I mean, they're like 4 foot long, probably 8 to 10 inches in diameter, and they just have like a big. They're just big filters or whatever, but they're solid stainless steel. And then I think they had some shit on the inside of them. I didn't dig around. Okay, I'm not the one profiling the waste. Okay, I'm just the guy picking up the shit, putting the placards on, and hitting the fucking road. Okay, and there was a really bad gas smell in there, but obviously, I mean, they were gas filters, so it's gonna smell like gas. I kind of wish they would have left the tarp open, and let those vapors out, and maybe all the gasoline would evaporate and whatever, but they didn't. So I'm driving this fucking thing down the road, and I'm sure if you really looked at me going down and the sun is coming down on my left side and you're on the right side and you're looking at me, you could see just fumes as I'm driving down the road, just pouring out of this fucking thing. Probably somebody throws a cigarette out at the wrong time, and I mean, it's not going to explode, but it will catch on fire. It's not in a container that's sealed. It would just and then burn, and then all I would have to do is just keep driving until it goes out. Anyways, that didn't happen. What did happen was these guys refused to let me use the placards that match the DOT website 100%, because the guy's like, hey man, I'm just talking to my DOT guy, and he said since you had these printed at Kinko's, we can't use them. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They are diamonds. They are in the exact shape. Everything about them is 100% legal. And he's like, no, they're not good enough. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So I told and I was on the phone with my boss several times throughout the day. I was like, I checked out 4 different truck stops, and they don't have any flammable solid placards. They got the numbers. I can buy all the little sticker numbers and everything, but flammable, but I can't buy placards that I need or whatever. So what we agreed to do, well, no, my boss drove from Kansas City to Des Moines to deliver placards, proper placards, even though they were supposed to do it. And, what we ended up using? Just a Sharpie to write the letter or the numbers down. And they were happy with that. They were like, yep, that looks good to me. I'm like, these fucking placards over here look way fucking better. They're printed out. Everything's clear and labeled and nice and good. Whatever. And he was like, oh, well, I think it might be the wrong shade of red on there. I'm like, dude, red is red, you fucking fuckhead. So I spent like a whole day in Des Moines. It was supposed to be a day trip. It was going to be a long day, but it was going to be a day trip. Drive up there, grab the dumpster, throw the placards on, hit the fucking road, get down, go to Hannibal, dump the dumpster, and then turn around and head back home. Well, they had stalled me so long that I just got a hotel in Hannibal. And I forget where I stayed, but it was most likely a Holiday Inn. You know how I am. So I stayed at the Holiday Inn. I wake up early in the morning. I hit the road and go to the disposal place in Hannibal. Pull in there, and they make me wait for hours, dude. And then they make me wait with it loaded and everything. And they're like, all right, we're ready to see you now. Go ahead and pull into the inspection station. So, and I was like, okay. They were like, we need you to drop the box, untarp it, load the box back up, and then pull into the inspection station. I'm like, God damn it, you fucks. Whatever. I guess this is how it is. I mean, whatever. So I had to drop the box, untarp it, load it back up, go to the inspection station. They looked at it for 3 seconds. They said, we're rejecting this. I was like, what? They're like, we have like an incinerator, and these are stainless steel tubes. We don't take metal. I'm like, did you guys, like, I have the waste manifest that was approved by you. Like, we go through a lot of steps to get this hazardous waste manifest that has to be approved by you to bring it up here. I mean, I'm not a part of all that, but I know what goes into creating a manifest and profiling and everything. Um, so you guys said you would take it, now you're rejecting it. Yeah, we're rejecting it. And I was like, all right, give me my fucking paperwork back because I have to fucking hit the road. And I'm like, well, we gotta clear it with the higher ups or whatever the fuck. So then I had a bunch of fucking nerds bothering me for hours after I waited for hours. And I'm like, just give me my fucking paperwork so I can fucking leave. But I mean, obviously I did need my paper. I did need them to fill out a rejection form so I can legally haul it down the road because they had already done some shit to the paperwork and everything and basically almost received it, but then they, at the very end they rejected it. So I got that paperwork finally, and then I drove back to the the pipeline and talked to the guy at the gate or whatever. I was like, let me in there. I'm leaving. This is your dumpster. This is coming back. And they rejected it. And they're like, what? Like, you can't be bringing waste back in here. I'm like, it's your fucking waste. They got rejected. Sorry, bud. And I ran through the gate. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't run through the gate. But he did let me in there after several phone calls with my guys and their guys and blah, blah, blah. And I dropped the dumpster there, and it sat there for months, dude. Many more months. It was probably like 6 or 7 more months later. They were like, hey, you know that dumpster that got rejected in Hannibal? Go pick it up. I'm like, brother, they're like, it's non-haz. I'm like, it's non-haz. They're like, yeah, it's non-haz. I was like, how is it non-haz? They're like, it's non-haz. Just go pick it up. Now you don't need labels or anything. And I get up there. These fucking guys did it again. They put all these stickers all over this fucking thing. And so as soon as and before when I hauled it too, they were refusing to take all those other stickers off too. And I had to pull out the gate and rip them all off. And then, out of their view or whatever, once it was mine, because that's my load, I'm the driver, that's my responsibility now. I pull out, if this is what you need for me to leave, we'll leave them on. Left them on, pull out the gate, pull over, rip all those fucking things off, throw the fucking trash over the fence and hit the fucking road again. Anyway, so I go back there to pick it up, and yeah, they got stickers all over it again. I rip all those fucking stickers off, and the guy did come up. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's non-haz. He's like, yeah, but it's still hazardous. I'm like, no, dude. This paper says it's non-haz. It's non-haz. Leave me the fuck alone. Get the fuck out of my face. I need you for nothing but to open the fucking gate for me, motherfucker. Obviously, I didn't call him any of those names, but that's what I was thinking in my head. I'm like, just get out of my way. You guys have hassled us long enough. You want us to haul your shit, we're hauling it, bud. So, and I hauled it, and guess where I took it? The landfill. I took it to the straight up, just regular old landfill. When you throw your pizza box in the trash, even if you recycle it, when you throw a dirty diaper away, when you throw away tapones or, moldy cheese, and you throw it in that trash bag in your kitchen, you throw it in the dumpster outside, that gets loaded up into a fucking truck by some fucking guys that are probably drunk or high or both or want to be. And they go to the landfill and they're dumping out your fucking diapers, and I'm dumping these gasoline filters. And they still smelled like gasoline. But that's not the point. It was profiled as a non-haz. It had been through all of its checks and balances. Don't light a match nearby. That's why you're not allowed to smoke at the landfill. It's because sometimes, well, I mean, there is like gas and shit. They produce a lot of gas. All that trash as it's sitting under there and it's just churned up and packed down and everything. It creates a gas, natural gas from waste. Anyways, yeah, just dumped it there and then had somebody come rinse out my dumpster, and then I took the dumpster back to the rental place. And that's the saga of those fucking idiots up in Iowa. And you can't blame them because they're from Iowa. They don't have schools in Iowa. Every time the Iowa caucuses, they can't even figure out how to do that shit. Whatever that shit is with voting, they take for fucking ever because they're dumb in Iowa. People in Iowa, they're great people, but don't try to get anything done with them, okay? Don't just wave at them, hold the door for them. They're going to hold the door for you too, and they're going to be happy and smiley, but whenever you need to do some work, they're going to get in your fucking way. They're going to be like, hey, work. No, you can't do that. That's what what is the Iowa accent? I don't know what the fucking Iowa accent is, actually, but got a trooper behind me now. And I'm going well under the speed limit. I'm going 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, and he is still behind me. I feel like I'm about to get lit up. He might be from Iowa. I don't know. We're so close. We're in Kansas. I don't know. He's still on my ass. Go around, bud. He's on my ass. He's looking for something. Am I dragging a hose? Nope. Did I forget my bucket on the bumper? Nope. I made sure everything was put away. What are you doing back there? Don't do it. Don't pull me over. I'd really rather not get pulled over today. I'm so close to being home. Don't do it. You guys are going to be with me through this. Well, I guess I'll shut it off if he comes up here, but don't do it. I know you're DOT. Am I doing something wrong here? Most of the time, I used to get pulled over all the time when I worked at the lumber yard, and every single time it was like, you didn't do anything wrong, just checking you out. Just want to do an inspection on you. Okay. And I passed every inspection. Now, I did get pulled into the scale house once, and this is another dumb thing. I got pulled into the scale house. They're like, go ahead and pull around back. Okay, I'll pull around back. And they're like, yeah, we just want to do an inspection on you, and we did notice that your company name is wrong on your truck. I'm like, huh? They're like, well, we looked up your DOT number, and this was for my old company, so I can say it. It was for Cedar Creek and Lumber LLC or whatever the fuck it was. I was like, yeah. Like in your door, on the side of your door, it says Cedar Creek INC dot. Yeah. So what's the problem? They're like, it doesn't match. I'm like, okay. You can see how, it's pretty fucking close though, right? They're like, it doesn't matter how close it is. It doesn't match exactly. I'm like, all right, well, would it change your mind if this truck, we've had this truck for 12 years and we've been running it up and down the road for 12 years and we have not made any changes. And I've been pulled over several times. And I've actually been through this scale house a dozen times, or way more than a dozen. And it's never been a problem before. Trooper's gone, by the way. Unless that's another one rolling up on me. I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't matter, sir. You may have got away for a long time, but now we're going to get you. I'm like, okay, so what do I need to do? Like, well, you can call your company, have them change the name of your company to match your door. Or you can match your door to the name of the company by removing those 3 letters at the end, INC, and the dot. Go ahead and get rid of the dot too. Like, you're real? That's really what I need to do? Yep. She's like, I think it'd be easier for you to call your company and have them change their name. I'm like, I don't know what fucking world you're living in, lady. I don't know who are you? What are you doing? Are you a trooper? I should really check this out. And she looked for any other violations also while she had me there. They got under my truck. They checked all my tire pressures. They checked my logbook. They checked the cab. They made sure everything else, I passed everything else. Everything else was good. But the name on the door was wrong. I was hauling lumber under a ghost company. So I removed the letters and I said, all right, we're good. She's like, well, I do have to write you up for this. She's like, but I'm writing it up for your employer, not for you. Lies. Because if you open up my fucking DOT bullshit or whatever you can look at to see all my violations, that's in there. Falsifying, DOT number is what it's listed as. They don't have an exact statute for. They said they were incorporated. They're not. Okay, even if they are, that's not their name. I don't even know what does incorporated mean. I don't know. Cedar Creek Inc. kind of rhymes, kind of goes together. Cedar Creek Lumber. I don't know. It was a fucking bogus ticket, dude. I was very upset with it. Well, actually, I didn't really care about it because I was like, all right, well, it's for my company, whatever, this is something that they are going to realize is fucking dumb. And they did. I will say they did. It was a lot better company back then, too. And, but whenever I decided to leave there and I had to write all my violations down to get hired at another company, they're like, oh, what is this about? Oh, there's 2 of them in there. There were 2 violations I had in there. You want to know what the other one was? Traffic accident, 2 towaways, no ambulance. So he's like, so sounds like you hit 2 cars? Buddy, let me explain that to you real quick. And it's insane that it's on there and it doesn't say that I was innocent. You know why? Like, please enlighten me. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what the fuck happened. I pulled up to a red stoplight. I was the only person sitting at the red stoplight. A man in a Honda pulled in behind me and was stopped also at the red stoplight. A fucking idiot in a rented Audi came flying around the corner at 80 miles an hour and ran into the Honda which shoved the Honda under my bumper, all the way up to his windshield. My crash bar was all the way up to his fucking windshield. His hood was all fucking shattered, like xylophoned up and everything. And I got out of my truck and I made sure the guy that was sandwiched was okay. And guess what he was doing? He had just stopped off at the McDonald's over there and picked up a hot coffee and was taking a sip when he got smashed in between an Audi and a fucking Mack truck. Okay? Hot coffee. I mean, it's funny. It is funny. But God damn, he was not happy. He didn't think it was funny at the time. He didn't think that was funny at the time. Because I go over there and he's just like covered in, he's just dripping in liquid. And I'm like, dude, are you okay? He's like, I just fucking got this hot coffee. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, let me help you out. And I open up the door and I yank him. I don't yank him, but I open up his door and I try to get him out. And I try to make sure he's okay. And I look over and the fucking idiots in the Audi are already out of the car looking at it. They're like, oh, fuck. I'm like, are you guys okay? And he's like, I think so. I'm like, okay. And I call 911. And a couple of bystanders there called 911 also, or people came out of the shops or whatever was on that road. And the police show up and they're like, is everybody okay? I'm like, yeah. And I had this incident report that I had to fill out. And I already called my boss and everything, told him, I was like, hey, I was sitting at a red light and this fucking guy shoved a car under a fucking Honda up under my bumper. Okay. So just letting you know, got a report coming your way. The cops gave me the report and everything. They're like, you think you can get out? I was like, oh yeah, I think I can. I'm gonna fuck his shit up even more, but I'll get out for sure. And I hopped in the truck and I pulled forward, and yeah, it just raked this engine, and the cop gave me a thumbs up, and I just kept on going, and I made the rest of my deliveries. And then at the end of the day, I get to the shop, and I gave him like the police report with the case number and all that shit. And now that is on my record as being in a 3-vehicle collision with 2 towaways. Nowhere in there does it explain that I was sitting at a red fucking light. How am I going to have an accident sitting at a goddamn red light? I will say I barely fucking felt it. Like, I heard the squeal, so I looked, and then I just see a fucking Honda just get wadded up. I'm like, oh! Fuck! And I was in a straight truck, so, yeah. I was like, oh, fuck. Pull the air brake and hop out. Shit, dude, are you okay? I just got a fucking hot coffee. I'm like, oh, God. How unfortunate for you to get a hot coffee and then get completely rear-ended and then front-ended also. I mean, I didn't do it, but I was there. You know, if he was off to the side of me, because it was a 4-lane road, if he decided to pull into that other lane, I would have had an Audi. I'm thinking I would have caught the passenger front side of that Audi. He was coming in at a fucking angle. And I think that Audi would have fucking, the passenger would have been in my fucking crash bar. And I think that Honda probably saved them. Because, I mean, that has a little bit better crumple zone than a crash bumper on a Mack truck. You know, there's no crumple zone there. And there was no fucking damage whatsoever to my truck. I mean, I'm sure it was scratched underneath, but fuck, that thing gets scratched every time I pull into a dock or go up a hill or something. That fucking thing is dragging the ground. No fucking nothing. Even the DOT tape wasn't even ripped or anything because he went under the bumper. He didn't hit the bumper. He went under it. And I just hope that guy got an SUV later on in life, or a truck, something, like use that crumpled Honda money to get him a truck or something. Get you something a little bit bigger, a little bit more protection, a little stronger than a fucking Honda. And don't stop. Maybe he doesn't stop behind semis at traffic lights. Because, I mean, then that road, the speed limit is like 30. So, I mean, these yahoos. And then, you know what even happened later on in life? I had insurance companies, because I put my name and number and everything down in the police report. I had insurance companies from both the Honda and Audi driver calling me and trying to get me to say it was my fault. And they're like, so what happened? I'm like, I was sitting at a red light, and this Audi came around the corner and smashed a Honda and shoved it under my truck. I was stationary. They're like, so were you backing up or what were you? I was like, dude, I was at a fucking red light. Listen to me, you insurance fuck. I was at a goddamn red light. You are not pinning this shit on me. No way, no how. I know that as soon as somebody gets in an accident with a fucking commercial vehicle, it's almost always the commercial vehicle's fault, because the commercial vehicle will just try to settle and pay whatever they need to do. This was absolutely not my fault, and there's no way in the fucking world you can make it my fault. I had no idea any of that shit even happened until it fucking happened. I was stationary at a red light. You fucks. So, anyways, I got a little heated there. There is nobody behind me, and that means there is no DOT behind me, which is nice. He didn't pull me over. He wanted to go to Lawrence, which is wonderful. There's plenty of crime in Lawrence. Go check that out. Leave me alone. Let me just drive back to Kansas City. It's still 70 degrees out. I will tell you what, this morning was probably one of the most enjoyable rides into work. It was fucking perfect. I wore just a long sleeve shirt. And even that, I could have been in a short sleeve. In the afternoons, like yesterday, I rode in a short sleeve shirt home, and it was hot. But today, or I wore a hoodie into work because it was cold, and in my gaiter and whatnot. But it was such a nice ride, and I didn't cut off like anybody. I was actually like trying to go the speed limit and trying to be careful, because yesterday morning, or the day before morning, yesterday morning, I almost died. So I guess I should have put that as the title of the last episode. I think that's what I talked about in that. But now I'm remembering what I talked about yesterday a little bit. Today, guess what? I noticed in the center of the road, right in that same spot, was the rubber thing. Nobody's moved it. It's still sitting there in the middle of the road. And I passed it, and I was like, that's it. That's what I fucking hit, dude. That's the thing. It's like an old friend I saw, just drove by, and I was like, look at you. You almost killed me yesterday. Look at you just hanging out in the road still. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking insane, dude. You're still just hanging out in the road. But then, I mean, the whole ride was just beautiful. It was so nice out. The sun was starting to peak up, and it's just so warm, and traffic was being pretty nice, and just took it easy, man. Listening to some REO Speedwagon, just fucking cruising on my DR, just having a great fucking morning. And I think I'm going to have kind of the same situation tonight when I'm running home, because it's going to be fucking 8 o'clock before I'm even at the shop, and I got to fuel this fucker up and park it in the building and collect all my shit and get in the other building, because I parked my bike inside a building yesterday, or this morning, because yesterday I parked it in front of the office because I knew I was going to be back at a decent time. But when I got back, I saw that my bike was in the way. They had rented a roller because they just did they just did all the concrete work in front of our shop and everything, and the like a landing pad and everything in the parking lot area. All that shit's done, and they had a steamroller, not a steamroller, but a fucking roller, whatever, just a roller. I don't know what else to call it. A roller, and they were rolling everything, packing it all down, and I was parked in some soft dirt. I had my kickstand out onto the sidewalk, but the tires were in the soft dirt, and I had locked my steering wheel, or not my steering wheel, my fucking handlebars. I locked my handlebars to the left, and I can just tell they were like, this motherfucker parked in our fucking way. We can't roll the whole fucking lot because he left his fucking bike here, and now we're gonna have a soft spot forever, and we're gonna blame this fat fuck. I don't know. They didn't say anything to me, but as soon as I got back to the yard, I moved my bike because it looked like they were still gonna be working and doing some shit. They didn't, but I moved my bike, and so today I parked it inside the shop, out of the way of everybody and everything. I think at least, and which is good because I'm getting back late as shit. So, and when I get home, I'm gonna have to wake up my neighbor. He might be awake still, but I'm gonna have to go over to my neighbor's house and snag this fucking quad box and drag it over to my house in the dark when my children are gonna they'll probably still be awake. I don't know. My son has been off of school all week long. He has to go tomorrow, according to the fucking rules or whatever, with the school, which is fun. I mean, I think he should have gone today. He should have gone yesterday. But my wife wanted to keep him home a couple more days because he still had a bad cough, and he threw up at the beginning of the week, and he had a tick on his fucking dick. I had to get off. He was so scared. Because he was exploring through the woods in the backyard, him and my daughter, and whenever we came inside, we were getting all cleaned up. He's like, "What is this?" And it was a tick on his shaft. He's like, "Daddy, there's some. I think I have a tick." It was a tiny, tiny baby tick, and I grabbed my multi-tool, and he started running away from me with his pants down. I'm like, "Dude, get back over here. Let me get that thing off your cock." And he didn't. He was so. I was like, "Dude, I'm not pinching your cock. I'm grabbing the fucking tick and yanking it out." And anyways, I don't know. He went to the doctor anyways to get because he was throwing up and shit. And they looked at the tick bite and everything. They said, "Nah, you're fine. That's a tiny itty bitty tick. No, you'll be all right." Which I hope. I hope that's not related in any way. I don't think it is. I think he's just coughing. I don't know why. Anyways, I've been on the fucking podcast for a long time now. Like this is going to be a long episode. But I think we covered a lot here, and I'll try to come up with a better fucking title on this one. What am I going to call it? I can't use bad words. They'll like turn my episode off. They won't show it to everybody. It'll kind of get. It's not shadow banned. It's just straight up banned. Like I have another one where I labeled it. I have a short on YouTube, and you have to be over 18. I marked that you need to be over 18. I marked that on everything, so I don't know what the difference is, but the Bubblegum Alley. Look up Kletus Ray's Roadside Service Bubblegum Alley on YouTube, and you'll see the short that I have about that. It's on there, but it's got a yellow triangle. It's saying it's restricted. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that. So anyways, I can't label my podcast episodes with bad words or something like that. I don't know. Which is understandable, I guess. I market just not made for children is what I market as. But that one, I had to label that one as over 18 or whatever. Which is weird. Like, what do you put in there? Is there porn on YouTube that I don't know about? Show me the whole over 18 section. That's all the videos I want to see. I don't want to see all this PG shit. I want to see the shit that people mark as over 18. Where's that at? Where's the yellow triangle section of YouTube? I need that. That's what I want to look at. And it's weird because sometimes there are videos that you click on. Rarely, though, you click on a video and it says, you need to log. Well, I'm already logged in, but it says, sensitive information or whatever. Do you wish to watch this video? It's like, yeah, I fucking clicked on it, you dumb bitch. Let me see this shit. Let me see what the fuck they got in there. You can see titties on YouTube. Apparently, like, I guess, Wheeler Walker Jr. has a music video that's got titties all over inside of it. And he doesn't understand why. I guess it's art, so they'd leave it in there, but it's just topless chicks dancing around. And he talked about it on a podcast, so I had to check it out. And then also, if you look up Tom Segura, he has a doctor. What's his name? This famous doctor, Dr. Andrew, not Dr. Drew, not Andrew, Drew. Dr. Drew, which is a cool guy, do a breast exam on a woman, and they can show full tit. And they're rubbing it and everything. He hired some porn star or something to do it and have a breast exam. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Weird terms of use is fucking weird. It's like, oh well, he's doing a breast exam. It's like you can still jerk off to that. Oh, it's art. It's a music video with art. Those are nice titties. Those are not. Why can't just titties be on there all like you say you can't have titties on there, but you can though. So what's going on there? And this is all this. I mean, if anybody listening, please, you have to be over 18 to view any of this shit. I think it might be 21 now. I don't know. They're fucking changing all the laws. You got to be 21 to smoke tobacco now or buy chewing tobacco. 18 was too young. They're making everything 21 now. I guess it is uniform, and I guess it would make sense. But I mean, dude, I was chewing tobacco at 14 and getting hammered, drunk at the trailer park. So, and I turned out wonderful. Look at me. I'm driving a fucking pumper truck full of, well, it's empty, but it had, I went to the gas station, sucked out some sludge. Look at me. Look at me and my life. I started chewing at 14, smoking at 16. I've had tobacco every single day of my life since I was since I was 18 for sure. I tried one day, a couple years back. I said, I'm gonna stop chewing. And I went, I don't know, not long at all. And I threw it. I was like, I didn't like it. I didn't like not having it. So I bought a can of chew and threw it in. I chewed all of my chew, and I said, all right, just not going to buy any more. If I don't have it, I can't do it. And then I started having real crazy thoughts, and maybe if I was able to stop it for a while, that would work. But I didn't make it very long at all. I think I made it like 45 minutes. And I bought a can of chew and threw it in. I was like, thank the Lord, they sold Skull Straight. So, anyways, I don't know. We covered a lot. That Red Bull is really giving me some wings, bud. There's still more left in here. Oh, God, I didn't know I had more. Oh, so yummy. Now it's gone. Adios. Keep all 18 down. Hold on. We'll talk to you later. Let me grab my phone. Bye-bye.